I want to know is, would there be a uniform dress to represent the general reason that
I mean, that's multiple reasons. There's a whole entire list. I can show you, or you can go on the website. There's a whole entire list of the Declaration of what we kind of adopted. Clarification. Matthew.
Ma'am, if you'd like, I can talk to you about the Declaration of Wall Street out to the side. To explain.
He can explain to you like
there's
what
a
we've.
list of grievances called the Declaration of Wall Street. You want to talk about out to the side? If you wouldn't mind coming up outside of the group, that way we don't disrupt the General Assembly.
Oh, we have it right here as well. So if you kind of. All right. Okay. So we're still talking about places where our rally will be. We have Pritchard Park, and we have here, but it's been nullified because of the Latin Festival. So pretty much all we have is Pritchard Park right now. Okay. So it's going to be Pritchard Park. Clarification real quick. Everybody.
Is it nullified just because they're having something here, or would it be powerful for us also to be in, I mean, it doesn't have to be right here, but like maybe near them so they can see, I don't know.
Good idea.
The direct response.
I guess it was brought up that we didn't want to take anything away from the businesses on these times, so he wanted to stay away from that. It will be very distracting and hard to hear everybody because of that stuff.
Okay. All right. Pretty much. What? Any blocks to the proposal will have it at Pritchard Park. No. Today we will have it at Pritchard Park tomorrow. All right. Let's decide on a time. Proposal for time at Pritchard Park. Clarification. Okay. Just remember that we would like to have a picket. Well, that's kind of an opinion. But I'll go into the picket, but remain in the thought process of picket. When do you want to have that when you direct your proposal? Because we have been having the rally and then the picket and then the General Assembly. So, but that's everybody's turn.
I propose 1:30 for the rally, then the picket, because General Assembly is 3, and you want to give yourself enough time to get to General Assembly on time.
Okay. All right.
I propose that we all get down to Pritchard Park as early as we can tomorrow and be out there with our signs and then start the meeting, the actual meeting at, say, 1.
All right. Clarification real quick.
Yes. Does this take the place of the march?
We're going to go, no, this is just the rally, so we have the meeting point, and then we'll get, the next thing is the picket, the next general topic, so.
I think rally after the limited amount of time. I'm worried about the amount of time for General Assembly without dark and curfew and everything.
Well, our General Assembly tomorrow will be at 3 o'clock.
So how long is it going to last? I'm not doing it till 10.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll be a 7-hour General Assembly, but, I mean, okay. I hope not.
Rally after the limited time for General Assembly.
Do you know where the hat went?
Where is the hat, the donation hat, real quick? Treasurers.
Here it is.
Oh, great up here.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
All right, thank you. Any other proposals for time? All right, so we have a proposal for after our picket when we decide to have that, and we have 1:30. I think somebody else said 2, but I'm not positive.
Oh, I could do it.
Okay, so we have 1:30, and then we have after our picket, essentially.
Walk is about an hour.
Yeah.
Clarification.
I believe that what was said was we would meet and rally at 1:30, leave from there to picket, come back for General Assembly at 3. Does someone want to?
That was what I said.
Is that what you want? So clarification, does everyone understand that?
Somebody had a direct
All right, direct
response. She said direct response. Her direct response was, remember that the picket is about an hour.
Yeah, the picket's about an hour. So just remember that.
I propose that we meet at 1, we leave at 1:30.
Did everybody hear that? We meet at 1, and then we leave at 1:30. We're kind of like incorporating the picket
And we
into
went
this.
back till about 2:30, right?
Okay.
Should we make this the rule for like every Saturday so we don't have to go?
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that. Like, that'll be the next thing. We're just trying to get the time. So. All right. Any other proposals for time? So we have meet at 1, go at 1:30. We have meet at 1:30, and then we have also after the picket, whenever that would be. So consensus for after, and we also have after General Assembly. So So meeting at 1 and going for a picket at 1:30, consensus? All right, any blocks? All right, question. The rally would be 1 to 1:30 beforehand. And we can also like technically rally afterwards too, because it takes about an hour, so do like 1:30 to 2:30, we be back right half hour before General Assembly. So we kind of have 2 rallies. We have a rally before and then right after. All right. So, all right. It looks like that's what it's going to be because that was the general consensus. Awesome. So we're meeting at 1 to 1:30 for the rally. We take it from 1:30 to 2:30, or however long it would take. Have a rally again, and then General Assembly would start at 3. Cool. All right. Yay. Another one done.
Issue.
All right. I'm going to ask real quick on another. We had a proposal to make this specifically the time that we would have Saturdays from now on. Do we want to have a general consensus on that? Is there any other proposals for that? Yeah. It would be 1 to 1:30, and then the picket time 1:30 to however everyone takes, and then the general assembly would be at 3 on Saturdays. Mayor?
I have a concern.
Concern?
If we get into when we get into the park next week, that may change our schedule completely.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I would rather us wait until.
Yeah, I think we start. Yeah. She's saying that might change into the park next week, depending if we do get this permit and we move into this park and we start occupying a different place. That may change. So, does that make sense to anybody? All right. There's any other? Do you have your hand up here?
Limiting?
Can you clarify that? I'm sorry.
I'd like to have a time limit for how long General Assembly can take.
As I said, that's we don't know that. As I said, in New York City, we've had ones that go 2 hours. We've had ones that go 3. It really depends on what agenda items are being talked about and how. Well, that's as I said. Some General Assemblies we've gone over that and had to bring agenda items to the next day. So it really depends.
Director Spahn, it depends on how many people we have show up, because every day is different, and we're gathering these people that want to have a chance to voice their opinion. They have the right to voice their opinion on that as well. We have different amounts of people come each day, and some people leave earlier, some people stay the whole time, so we don't know if we're going to have a crowd of 20 or 120, and we like to give everyone a chance.
I'm going to clarify again also, this is a new process to a lot of people. I want to say probably like 90% of us. So it's teaching everybody how this works every day also to get into this. So it's going to take probably at least another week before everybody feels comfortable how this process works so we can move it along even faster. Time is up also. Okay. So, so the vote is to keep it all the time or keep it decide basically the next week, like before next Saturday. A friendly amendment real quick.
To keep it like generally that time every weekend and work around local like events.
Okay.
And bring it
All
back
right.
up. If that's
Everybody hear what she said? Work around local events and keep it potentially around the same time frame.
Unless otherwise.
Unless it would be talked about for an immediate discussion.
If there's a local event that
Right.
someone's
Can I get general consensus on that? All right. Any blocks? Any questions, concerns? Cool. Awesome. That's consensus on. So it'll be decided within the week, and if it's for immediate, we have to change it, then we will, potentially. But it'll be around the same time frame. Okay. It's at 9 o'clock right now. We got 2 of the major important things done. Next thing is going to be, we're going to start with our, I'm going to go to sleeping tonight real quick, because it's 9 o'clock, just to make sure. And that'll be bumped up, and then we can do these other ones, because I think the other ones can't be small. So, okay. We're going to move the sleeping to the top, because that seems to be a present item. We have an hour to decide it. And then we're going to do these other items real quick, because I feel like they might not be too big. These are simple. Well, the item that I'd be bumping was the opening for General Assembly. Yes. Okay. But I feel like sleeping is a little bit more important at this point for those that are camping. Right? Right. All right. Do we have general consensus on that? That sleeping is more important than the opening statement at this point in time? Yes. Okay. That's general consensus. All right. Okay. We have proposals. He's got a proposal right here. Go ahead.
Clarify for everyone. Those of you that are voting are the people that are camping tonight. So if you vote for this one, please make sure you are camping tonight.
Okay. Go ahead.
I have a proposal that we sleep over there at First Congressional Baptist. Okay. My name is Trinidad, and me and Anthony went around to these churches, and we're asking about if we could sleep over at Christmas time, stuff like that. Well, First Congressional Church was our first one we went to. They said yes, we can sleep there for 2 nights, tonight and tomorrow night, from 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. So they've been really nice, and then after Sunday morning, after their mass, I'm going to talk to Joe Hoffman to see if we cannot negotiate longer term. So I'm putting out that we should sleep over there tonight.
Clarification. Is that in the church or in the parking lot?
In the back on the grass in the parking lot.
The grass in the parking lot. Okay.
All right. Any other proposals for sleeping out tonight?
Oh, wait, we have one more clarification.
Verification.
Trinidad, can you make sure everybody knows exactly where you mean?
It's right there behind the T&D Bank. Right directly behind, right there where the roundabout is. You make your first left, you make your left right there on that roundabout. The church is right there, second building from that corner of T&B.
Right. Any other proposals for sleeping out tonight? All right. The proposal was to sleep at the First Congressional Church. Remember, those that are voting are the ones that will be sleeping out tonight. We get general consensus. All right. Are there any blocks? Are there any questions or concerns? All right. First Congressional Church will be the place where we'll be sleeping out tonight.
Way to go, Simon. Good job. Good job.
That they came up with, that was talked about, they will be reading it.
Yeah,
welcome.
First Congressional Church.
Everybody, yeah, time limit, want to set on this? How long is it going to be? A couple minutes. 5 minutes? 5 minutes? Okay, 5 minutes. This is Tax
No.
Well, this is Tax Park.
We are just beginning our General Assembly. We come together here in this place, Taft Park, maybe for the first time, maybe after days and weeks. Our movement honored by our diversity. One movement honored by our diversity. Look around. Take it in. Before our General Assembly, of this moment, Occupy. Take a moment to remember what brought you here. Let your intention fill you.
You want to know what's behind the T&D Bank?
Let your intention fill you.
Spoken word here, so kind of terrible. Not a speech
Come on, light, change already. Yeah, we've got 6 whole people watching us. I said we have 6 whole people watching us.
Okay, we've had somebody read the whole thing.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
We come together here in this place, maybe for the first time, maybe after days and weeks. One movement, honored by our diversity. Look around, take it in. Here, before our General Assembly, let the fullness of the moment occupy you. Take a moment to remember what brought you here. Let your intention fill you. we stand together in solidarity with all those suffering on our planet to birth a transformation from a culture of alienation to one of connectivity for a sovereign life on a healthy planet. May we listen to one another fully as best as we can. May our words be heard and our intentions honored as our movement grows.
So the proposal was to adopt that as our opening to our General Assembly. And we're going to get consensus on that? Yeah. Clarification? Alright, clarification.
I will say if there's moments of silence in there, maybe that could be where they go.
I propose that we have the moment of silence and then we read that. Consensus on that? Alright.
I think we should read it first because it gives feeling, and then do the moment of silence.
Okay. Alright. The proposal was to have a moment of silence first and then do that, or to have that first and then do the moment of silence. Alright. So I think I'm gonna bring mine down and kind of adopt that. So we're gonna propose that.
How about whoever's actually opening that day?
So it's facilitating.
Make that happen.
Yes.
First, second, whatever it feels like.
Okay. All right. So her friend amendment would be to have the facilitator decide that day potentially as to how they feel, whether they should have the moment of silence first or after that's being read. Okay. So I'm going to get general consensus on that real quick. So I'll have the facilitator decide on the day of the actual General Assembly. Okay, so yeah, the person that would be reading the general opening would decide as to how they feel, whether it should be before or after. The general consensus on that? Any blocks? Any concerns or questions? All right, we adopted an opening.
If we leave it up to the facilitator.
Not the facilitator, it'd be the person that was reading the opening statement.
Okay. If we have a few more rules and we have a little more structure, we should decide on one or the other. Seems like to me.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
He said.
Well, that would be brought up at another time.
Yeah, that'd be brought up at another thing.
Okay.
We had general consensus on it anyway, and it was adopted for now.
Super.
Okay.
Okay.
But it can always be.
I'm about to read that in a minute.
Okay,
I agree with you.
All right. The next is the solidarity statement. So, yeah, you want to get our solidarity working group made another proposal yesterday that they were going to write up last night, and they wrote it up, and I'm going to actually read it to you guys right now. 5 minutes. Yeah. All right. Dear friends, fondest greetings and solidarity from the Asheville, North Carolina General Assembly. We've unanimously consented to adopt the New York City General Assembly's declaration. We look forward to coordinating with your working groups about tactics that have been successful and our mutual triumphs. The dramatic occupation of the 99% at Liberty Plaza is an inspiration not only to us, but to cities all over around the world. We stand with you during this American autumn and are laying the foundation of a network of resistance. Dismantling the most powerful and wealthiest institutions in history will be no easy task. If ever we have a defining moment, it is this one. Stand strong, Asheville General Assembly, Occupy Asheville, Occupy everything. Alright, so we're going to get general consensus if we want to adopt this as our solidarity statement that we'll be sending to Occupy Wall Street. Right. Okay.
I actually propose that we, in addition, just for fun, send them our opening. We wrote this.
Yep. Clarification?
Unanimously. Just to everybody's event.
Well, we had clarification. We had an earlier General Assembly where it was a 9/10 vote where we did adopt that in. Okay. All right. So I guess we general consensus again on that and adopting that to send.
We did adopt it?
Yes, we did. Yes. 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 And as I said, it's an evolving one. It's not. This is the only thing that we have. we decided that that's why we made a working group with the demands and visions, that we can modify it to our own.
So we're still modifying.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But right now we adopted that to stand in solidarity.
So, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so general consensus on that real quick? All right, any blocks? Any concerns or questions?
I have a concern, just one. It's a small one, it's at the end. I like the whole statement, I think it's great, that's strange to me. It's occupy everything, I think that's a little hard to kind of uncomfortable.
All right, so I have a friendly amendment, occupy together. Occupy together, because that is the movement, the umbrella that we're under. Occupy together. Okay, cool. All right, general consensus on that? Awesome. You want to go to so I have a question? Well, that is not, no, but Occupy Together is the one that has the list of all the cities that are occupying.
Oh, you can have this one, because you have
No, but it's, yeah, no. No, yeah, it's just a movement. Yeah. It's not an organization. And? Yes, correct. And that's why it's Occupy Together.
Why do we say umbrella?
Could this also be sent to other Occupy cities besides Wall Street?
Can it, all right, her clarification for proposal would be, can this be sent to other Occupy movements across the United States? I'm going to ask you to propose that would be, I guess, proposal?
Friendly amendment, I guess it would be.
Clarification?
Can it be posted, or can we send it or post it on Occupy Together?
Yeah.
Is that an option?
Okay, direct response.
If you post it on Occupy Together, I think that solves it.
I think once we have adopted it, that we should post it everywhere we can.
Right.
I mean, that's our statement.
For Pride, Asheville Pride, I guess.
We just did. All right. Well, it's actually, the process goes consensus first, and then blocks and this is how we've been running it.
Actually, what happened is we did then we consent and then after consent.
Yeah, it's terminology. My bad, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's not no such question, it's the friendly amendment. Once it's adopted, if you would like to say it in a different terminology or just try to tweak it a little bit. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. No, yeah, I'm saying the wrong word for what I meant. Okay, so that's
I'm just going to restate what I think we're saying we're doing. So we're adopting the statement, changing Occupy Everything to Occupy Together, and including our opening as a return document.
And the proposal was to basically send it to all as many Occupy movements as possible, not just Occupy Wall Street. Clarification? Cool.
Naomi?
Clarification?
Who is sending it?
Who's sending it? I believe it'd be Martin. He's the one that kind of wrote it out. Him and a few other people.
Okay.
So, or we can post it to the website, and feel free to anybody send it. The more people who send it, the more people hear it.
Okay. And this is a clarification too. This actually came about because there's someone that's headed up from Asheville, and Paskey, who's also does media, and asked. There's someone that went up from Asheville yesterday, the day before. His name's Paskey. He does media. I asked him if he'd like to take up a solidarity statement for New York. So if it's okay, I'm going to go ahead and give it to him as well.
All right. Awesome. Cool. There's no blocks for that, right? Something amendment. Cool. Awesome. All right, 9:15. The next one is the business contact proposal. Contact is Glow Lady. Glow Lady. You have a business contact proposal?
Business contact proposal
Yeah.
for, you want to do something with your business and the petition?
Yeah, the business and the petition. You're inside to go around with the petition, with your going to the business.
I think that we got a lot of petitions going around, but yeah, I would be more than happy to take petitions
So the
around.
proposal is that when the business group goes around with the petition, with doing what they do anyway to ask for solidarity with our movement, that they bring the petition around with it. Consensus?
I don't think that needs consent.
All right. Any blocks? Clarification? Direct response first.
I just think that Rosetta should be a part of this conversation because she has the business contact.
Well, the petition was actually going around all before, too.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Also, you would be part of this. Yeah.
Clarification?
We need to, I guess this is a question, I don't know. Whatever this petition is, can it be centrally posted so that we have like 8 or 9 business people, business contacts that are working independently?
Would you?
So, because of that, it needs to be in a place where everybody who goes around and does this can print it off themselves.
Right. Would you take the responsibility of doing that, lady, potentially posting that so that anybody could download it? And
I can't scan it in. If somebody can scan it in so we have it, or if Rosetta can email it to me.
If you can email it to Glow Lady, that it
The original?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it could be posted online and then anybody can print it out. And remember, we need it in by Tuesday at noon at Rosetta's for this petition.
Not the original, but the new bottom, Occupy Together.
Yeah, it's the. I'll say it again. I'm sorry.
Just with the one change that we have.
Yeah, just with the one change. Yeah, I mean, we can always, when you get it back, we can always just like in class. Okay, so consensus for that, to do that? Alright, any blocks? Any friendly amendments? Okay, we're adopted it.
Finally, not on it.
Alright. The flash mob proposal, is Ross or Helen here? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Proposal? Time? How much time do you want? 5. Cool.
Basically, we just this came out of the socially conscious spirituality group. We would like to do a flash meditation a week from Saturday, which is, I believe, the 16th. 15th. Whatever the big day is, national action is, I can't remember.
15th.
We're going to do a flash meditation, time to be determined at a later point. I don't even know.
Well, your proposal is for Saturday the 16th, right? Saturday flash meditation on the 16th.
15th.
Do you have a fun process? I mean, it's something that...
It's going to be posted on Facebook as an event that's with Occupy Asheville.
I don't know what he's saying is like, this is like a, not everybody has to participate in it, and those that would like to participate to do it. Correct? They're going to post it online, I believe, because they haven't determined the time specifically yet.
Where can we go if we want to talk about it?
Yeah. Cassandra was getting that. Cool. Yeah, it'll probably be an announcement for under the work group. Okay. Which working group would it be under? Spiritual, socially conscious spiritual. Okay, so okay, alright, so that's gonna be a post on. Clarification?
Oh, what is it?
What is it?
For anyone who doesn't know what a flash mob is, it's when people show up and
Flash mob
flash you.
meditation.
So sometimes they do dances, sometimes they do other things. A meditation would be, so if you're hanging out here, someone comes and sits down in the center and starts meditating, and the next thing you know, someone sits over here and meditates, and then you're surrounded with about 100 people meditating, and you had no idea it was about to happen. So we're going to pick a place and just go and do it and center ourselves before the ticket possibly before.
Clarification?
Yeah.
I was on the website several days ago, and there was a spirituality work group, and then I was on it today, and it's gone. Maybe somebody can move by. Does that sound right? Because spirituality is not there.
Yeah, especially conscious.
I'm putting the information for group members up tomorrow. I have some information from one of the group members, so if you want to look on our website under group and members info, it'll be up there tomorrow.
wait, clarification. She's saying that the actual group on the website
Greetings
is
from
now not there anymore. Alright, that's something we have to address with the person that is doing the website.
Awesome and welcome.
What I found was that drop-down menu, there's a few of them that it kind of loses it. You scroll off. So it's maybe there, but it's like getting it to scroll down.
Okay.
It's up to 10 or 11.
Sorry, did you hear what she said? She said it might be like when the menu bar drops out, it might be one of the ones that you have to scroll down and it might be listed on. Yeah.
It's not there. If it's good size,
Alright, can you give me some approximate length of time that we'll meditate?
Hello, Phoenix. Thanks for joining us.
30 to 50 minutes.
Huh, look at the camera.
30 to 50 minutes.
Is it like a voice?
Hmm.
Is it voice?
Well, it's recording everything.
Is it voice?
Hmm.
Alright,
Top voice on it?
they said that they're going to talk about it on the website or get in touch with them about it and they will have more information for you. It's not something that the group needs to send them on.
Yeah, people can hear it better than they can see it at this point.
Alright, on to the next agenda item. It's the city council group proposal. Who had that proposal? The city council group.
Jennifer did.
Is she here? Is Jennifer still here?
Jennifer!
Jen Foster! Your proposal for city council group. Yeah, your proposal, you're up on the agenda.
Okay, so like I said a little while ago, I proposed a small working group to establish the city council strategic plan. I think we should have a rally. I'm thinking about doing an op-ed on Sunday. We could do some other media coordination with our media team. So it's media outreach, logistics, message, and support, and then the actual meeting plan itself. And they pretty much invited me to present what I had already presented them regarding the First Amendment rights, and we can figure out how broad that should be in the city council. So I'd like to be part of that group. Maybe someone else with media and logistics rally can actually head that up. So,
Alright, question of it?
yeah.
Maybe a suggestion. I know city council.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
The Zoom is coming through.
City council meetings drag on and take forever and people are on board. So if we could do it quick, they would appreciate that too.
Okay.
Maybe like we have this thing where we show consensus.
Yeah.
Everybody that was in the room after you do your proposal, we do it all things by consensus, and these are the people who are support me. And then all we do this, nobody has to speak. Everybody spoke, and then we're done.
The friendly amendment to have a consensus twinkles, that's awesome. I would just also propose we try to create a big rally that's going on out here at the same time, and we bring the entire public who wants to support our First Amendment rights to assemble, whether they want to come down here ever again or not. But it's important, so yeah.
Okay. Any other questions real quick? Derek, sponsor.
I would have to have some more discussion.
Yeah.
With your group, to address the city council, which should be an ongoing process. I would ask the group to look to have 4 spokespersons, so that each spokesperson has an agenda for the General Assembly, so that we create a strategy of communication with our elected officials.
I would actually vote that we call them ambassadors or delegates instead of spokespeople.
Okay. So our friendly amendment would have
Once they're ready to, the ambassadors, I would like them to give a presentation to everyone else so that we're not compartmentalized. That's it.
Alright, so the city council group would be like the city council group ambassadors that would represent us. Basically, just the formation of it.
Look, Bernie.
we can discuss this in other ways. If we get out to anybody. All right.
I propose that this working group meets tomorrow at the General Assembly. I frankly can't do much more this evening.
Okay. Okay.
No.
So
No.
proposal, I guess we can probably move it to tomorrow. Okay. So her thing would be to move to the actual meeting of this city council group and to talk more about it tomorrow at 2 o'clock at the general before the general. Well, the general assembly's at 3. If you want to meet at.
Sure. Can you state the topics that were left remaining?
All right. The agenda item. I'll get that in 1 second. The other thing is, our general assembly is at 3 tomorrow. We're meeting at 1:30 to 2:30 would be the picket.
Okay.
All right.
What's in between Vic and General Assembly?
Okay. Okay. So in between, her proposal would be to have this meeting group be right after the picket and before the general assembly tomorrow.
Under the tree.
Clarification.
You work here to be proposed upon? I mean, this does.
Yeah, no, it's
this meeting.
Clarification. She's trying to incorporate multiple different, those people for that would be within this city council group. Does that make sense? And that's why she's trying to get consensus on it. I mean, it doesn't really need to be, I guess, consensus upon, so to speak, but...
I propose the city council working group meet at 2:30 or whenever after the picket in between. Anybody interested, all the elements, the plan, the protest, whatever, the rally.
Those specific work groups, there has to be like a representative that would be at this meeting. That's why it's supposed to be this fun. So, can I get consensus on that? Everybody's cool? Any blocks or friendly amendments? Okay, go. After the picket tomorrow, before General Assembly, we'll be meeting with her at Pritchard Park. One more agenda, or 2 more agenda items. I'm going to bump up the Treasury proposal before speakers, because I feel Treasury is a little more important. All right?
I need sleep. Okay. What do you like? Mike and I have talked about Treasury, and I think we need to set up a formal way to get. I think we need to set up a formal way to get money out of the Treasury. I have a couple thoughts to keep the ball rolling. I'm thinking that the work team member comes to the group, say they want $50 to make posters, what it's for, and what the intended result will be. And then we just vote it up or down or talk about it. Whatever we do.
That's right. All right. First proposal would be to repeat that one more time.
My proposal is that a work group here will come up and make their proposal in dollar amount, what they want and what it's for, and what the intended result will be. And then we vote on it.
All right.
I have a friendly amendment. Maybe that we come up with a sheet that people can fill out and submit, and then we can just read them or something, or just a way to make sure we get all the information that the group needs.
So it'd be like an adopted, a sheet that this person would print out, they would say they need that, and they would give it to you, and you would be able to read it to the group, or that work group would propose it with that sheet to for general consensus to see if that work group would adopt that, or be able to use that money.
People don't like it. People don't like it.
An ambassador for that.
Yeah, a representative of the group or member of the group.
All right.
There's a friendly amendment. Just that perhaps if we're making a sheet or something, that it says that we have attempted already to get these supplies donated before we ask the group for money for it.
And, sir?
I think it might be wise to kind of budget. Let's just say, for example, you have $500 and you got 7 projects. Each one of us can't have $100. So you kind of say, all right, these are the 7 projects we got. Which one should we prioritize and give $100 and some we give 50? We need to have an idea of how it's going to break down.
That's part of the worksheet.
Yeah, the worksheet. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna ask for consensus that. Then I'll over here too.
Related, maybe unrelated, but I was wondering if suggested by someone we put a donation out, buy the food, and that money would all go back to be dedicated just for food when we put the food out.
Cool. Direct response?
The donation right here, center,
then everybody who donates can get a pat on the back. Yeah, you should put one at the food table as well, because then everyone is donating to their
Right. Oh, there's some battery. Let's see. Right, Sandy. Hold on a sec.
Down. Keep down. All the way. Down. No, down. Down. Yeah.
Those cases, that's a good point, because you can't bring that to consensus with somebody who's gas money. Then I don't understand your point. No, I'm just saying that regular, like, so I'm media, so say I need money for batteries to power the camera. I put that on a proposal that I request money for these batteries, and I hang it up, or on agenda board before the meeting.
As far as like moving the camp around with the gas money for that in particular, there needs to be like an executive decision, and that would be able to be brought to consensus. So there, for certain specific things, which I think we should talk about at another General Assembly, which those specific things would be under, such as that moving a camp around for certain things that are like necessary for us to be continuing doing what we're doing. Immediate needs. Alright?
I propose regarding the moving camps that any gas money that is spent is documented and
Yes.
All money can be documented.
Yes. Alright, I'm going to take consensus on the proposal, which would be to... Okay. No, is there any other questions or anything? Okay.
Any disbursement of funds has been totally transparent, unlike the people that we don't like. This evening we had our first disbursement. There's paperwork to prove it. It's not my right to study. This is a receipt for $40 to Bob, signed by Bob, dated, came from Michael Kane, S.P., came out of my pocket. It did not come out of the fund. I will submit this to the treasurer, just like it's going to happen every time, for reimbursement.
This is for gas?
This is for gas.
Okay.
Move the camp, and that's our first disbursement of funds for everyone.
Alright, so, any other questions? Alright, so the proposal was to have a form that would be documented, that would be on the website for each working group, that the disbursement of funds, and, what was your friendly amendment to that? I'm sorry.
It was that we already,
We asked for the donations beforehand.
Yeah, and then they say, yes, I have tried to ask for a donation.
All right.
Like maybe list who they tried to get donations from.
And in addition to that, we'll talk about it at another General Assembly, that executive decisions would be made and what those would be entitled and what specific ones. Can I get consensus on that? All right, are there any friendly amendments? Any blocks? All right, adopted. All right. One more about a sticker proposal.
And then personal.
That's kind of a personal thing, just because, as we talked about before, we don't want the stickers going on things that people don't want them on. So I feel like this is something that's kind of a touchy subject to a degree. I don't know if we should potentially talk about that right now. I think it should be worded as to what this proposal is and how we go about doing it before we actually bring it to a consensus of any sort. Does anybody agree with that?
Yeah, I'll just say I think the biggest risk we might have with stickers is that people slap them on businesses, and we have things for very businesses we're trying to get the letter provision and that kind of stuff.
Alright. So, this basically, I'm going to block this proposal right now, and I think that it needs to go back to the drawing board. Everybody agree with that? Cool, we're done with agenda tonight.
Are you supposed to do the other agendas if anybody has any other?
Alright, well, we can kind of do a soapbox now. There's no, agenda items were added before.
Well, that's what I was trying to do earlier, and then you told me to wait on.
What was the agenda item?
I just wanted to make a proposal about the board.
Okay. Do you want to go?
Yeah, well, two proposals, it's really easy, and first we all want. Is that during the day when we're at the park or wherever we're at, that on the other side, on the other side or whatever, right here, that we write down all the meetings for that day for the group, so that we all can, when people walk by, we all know under there. Okay.
Right.
And then the second one was at the beginning of our General Assembly, after the stuff, that we give an update on how New York is doing and how the world is doing statistically and what's going on.
How many cities are being occupied?
How many cities, how many people, whatever. Anything big.
988.
Stop.
I'm going to ask for consensus on that, and the proposal was to have the meetings on one side, and that also, at the beginning of the General Assembly, we're going to talk about what cities are being or how many cities are being occupied, and any major things that are happening in those cities. Any consensus? Any blocks? Any amendments? Okay.
Making up numbers, we create ourselves at maybe the rally or at tickets or...
Yeah. For us being there, how many people we have there? No. There's
people the movement has.
Okay. Alright, we do that already. Okay, there's another question. Somebody else had their hand raised. Alright, there's fun.
I think they're actually fun. Democracy Now! Reporting on how many are in the U.S. And on yesterday's show, they said there were 847. So,
awesome.
In the U.S.
In the U.S.
Right.
I've been trying to start an afternoon street team, pass out flyers, and talk to people basically about this so they know what's happening. If anybody else has afternoon streets, pass out flyers around the park.
I know.
Any afternoon events, I thought about
I'd like all of us to start thinking about maybe doing some friendly tickets down Asheville and maybe walking in the direction.
Do you want to do the agenda item for tomorrow?
Yeah, do the item for tomorrow. Tickets for people who want to volunteer. Do that stuff, getting that thought and
it's a really good...
Not yet.
But that would be something that, I guess, to contact the business group, which is below lady.
I've also been trying to get a place at a trash shop.
Yeah. No. Oh, that was bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was bad. Oh, it can poop. That was so bad.